This guy wants to sell public land to the oil and gas industry, and MAGA is happy to let him. This is William Perry Pendley, and he's spent 50 years trying to overturn environmental protection. He's dedicated his whole life to selling the 500 million acres of land owned by the federal government and turning it into an all-you-can-eat buffet for fossil fuel industries. Why does this matter? Well, if the far right wins in 2025, they'll be following his playbook. You might have heard of Project 2025, the conservative plan for reshaping America into a Christian theocracy once MAGA regains power. The Heritage Foundation, who started this thing, asked Pendley to write the chapter on how they plan to gut the Department of the Interior, which maintains public lands. The chapter talks about scary environmentalists advancing their radical climate agenda through a war on fossil fuels, even though U.S. oil and gas production only continues to grow. And Pendley didn't even write it himself. He basically handed the pen to oil and gas lobbyists to do it for him, which is why it reads like a wish list for the worst kinds of environmental exploitation. They want to increase drilling all across Alaska and lift Biden's ban on drilling in Colorado, New Mexico, and Minnesota. They want to sell oil and gas leases on lands across the country and slash the royalties that fossil fuel companies have to pay the government to drill on public property. And if that wasn't bad enough, they want to roll back rules designed to protect endangered species, preserve national monuments, and limit pollution from oil and gas operations, while preventing future presidents from enacting further protections. This isn't Pendley's first rodeo. He's been trying to pollute and exploit the U.S. for 50 years. He was part of the Reagan administration's infamously anti-environment Interior Department, and of course, served in the Trump administration, possibly illegally.
Environmental extremists lied about Reagan and continue to lie about Reagan.
This guy was so bad, even Joe Manchin wanted him gone.
Mr. Pendley is not the right person for this job.
Pendley has compared environmentalists to Nazis and immigrants to cancer. He thinks the climate crisis is about as real as a unicorn, and he's got a real bone to pick with endangered species. This is not the guy you want in charge of millions and millions of acres of public land, but he's the embodiment of Project 2025's vision of the environment as a resource to shamelessly exploit no matter how many flora, fauna, or planets it puts at risk. None of this is a secret. You can read the entire Project 2025 document yourself. They don't care that the overwhelming majority of Americans want to protect public lands. The people behind Project 2025 have all the money, time, and support they need to bring their twisted vision of the U.S. to life.